My name is Ellis Leslie, but you can call me Elvis if you can't remember it, all right? This is Jaida Parks. Long-suffering, long-delayed Jaida Parks, who is now going to get a house, and we are starting her house today. Wow, are we excited to be here today. This is Mike Stott with the Cherokee Association of Realtors, and I am so honored to be your president this year. And one of the things that's really cool is we get to sponsor a build for Habitat for Humanity. Right behind us is a house here in Holly Springs being built for a wonderful mother and her children, and she's out there working. You can see our realtors pounding away in the back. This is the first time we've done it when it's actually doing the build. Mike Pennington's our board of director who's involved a lot with it. And I wanted to turn it over to Catherine, who's going to talk for a second, 25 minutes on why you're wonderful.
25 minutes, right. We just want to thank Cherokee Association of Realtors and the relationship that we have with them. Every single year you guys come through with this great golf outing that we got to be part of the putting contest. And every year it keeps getting bigger and bigger. And so thank you. We really, really appreciate our relationship with Cherokee Association of Realtors.
Right. So I don't know if you guys know this, but at the putting contest of the golf tournament, GAF gave enough shingles for 5 houses, and then also
It's red roofing and gutters. We got to meet them at the putting contest.
Yes, and they have donated their services to install on 2 homes.
Yeah. Wow.
All from being there and telling the message about Habitat. So congrats.
Wow. It's because of you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Cherokee Association of Realtors rock.
Yay.
I'm Kathy Ortworth, the Director of Philanthropy at Habitat for Humanity, North Central Georgia. We cover 4 different counties. The county that we're building in right now is Cherokee County, and this one home is a women-build home, which means that the women got together. We have about 60 women. They got together and raised $162,000. We've got Cherokee Association of Realtors, EIS, so many different partners that are helping us with this. This is going to be a little bigger footprint, probably a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home for Miss Jaida. And Jaida is the recipient for the Women Build. And if you're not familiar with Habitat for Humanity and some of the things we do, there's a couple things that I'd like to dispel the myth. Everybody thinks that Jimmy Carter started Habitat. Jimmy was the most wonderful advocate for Habitat for Humanity, where it was actually Linda and Millard Fuller that started it, but very good friends with Jimmy Carter, and that is what accelerated, I think, Habitat. Also, the other myth that I like to dispel is some people think that we give homes to people. We don't give anything to people. The folks back here, you'll see Miss Jaida, she's in the background. She's right now considered a partner family. Partner families start by 50 hours of building somebody else's Habitat house, then they go another 150 building their own. This is what we call sweat equity. Since equity isn't really there with our lower income families, this is what they can produce. They can give us the sweat equity. And the sweat equity helps them buy into what they help create. And I think that everybody does that. Not only is that, but they have to live or work in the area, of course, and then they have to have a need for housing, whether it's be overcrowding or whether right now what we're seeing a lot of is it's just too expensive. Well, the last one is that they have to be within 40 to 70% of the AMI. The area median income in this area is about $100,000 for, let's say, a family of 4. Well, if you don't make $40,000, so you can see that it's right between that $40,000 and $70,000 range. If you don't make $40,000, you're probably not going to be able to pay off the mortgage. 70,000, you should be able to do that on your own, right? So between 40 and 70,000 as the AMI, we found that's kind of a sweet spot, and nobody seems to default on their mortgage. And you say, well, who's giving them a mortgage? We're also a mortgage company. We give them a 0 interest 30-year mortgage. It's the only thing we give them. The rest of it, they do on their own. So the very first thing, if you can imagine, when Jaida sits down and writes her very first check, that first check is going all toward equity, and she's starting to build wealth. The very first time she can build wealth. Then she has this house and she leaves it to her child. She's building generational wealth. So Habitat is the one that is breaking that cycle of poverty and bringing people finally getting to have their own home.